Hello, dear students. Welcome back to another botany session from your favorite channel, Knowledge Hub by Sri Chaitanya, which gives you exclusive videos for your NEET preparation and also JEE, right? So, in this session, we are continuing our discussion from our previous topic, that is the biological classification. And in this session, we are going to take the groups which is not mentioned, yes, which is not mentioned in the 5 kingdoms of Robert Whittaker. So, which are those groups which we are going to do? They are viruses, virioids, prions and lichens, and we are going to discuss about them in really some amount of details which will be very effective for your NEET exam. So, without wasting, let's come into the topic, right? Okay, let's see here. And this topic, my dear students, really holds much importance in your NEET exam. Okay, so first of all, viruses. So let's come to the characteristics of viruses. We have the names of 3 very important scientists who have discovered the viruses and also the characteristics of viruses. Okay, so what are viruses? They are, first of all, they are non-cellular organisms. Okay, so this is why. This is the reason why they are not included. Okay, they are not included in the 5 kingdom classification. Okay, they are not included in any of the 5 kingdom because they are non-cellular organisms. What about the next one? So next thing is that the viruses are obligate parasites. So parasites, and that also they are obligately parasites, I mean only parasite, exclusively parasites. All these words are similar, right? Next thing is that they have an inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. Okay, outside the living cell, they have an inert crystalline structure. Okay, next thing is that this is an exception to the cell theory. What do we mean by cell theory? What is meant by cell theory, my dear students? Cell theory says that all the cells arise from the pre-existing cells, and a cell is a structural and functional unit of any living organism. But the viruses do not have cells. Okay, the viruses do not have cells, my dear students. So this is devoid. It is an exception to the cell theory. Okay, now obligate parasites, we can see some of the viruses. Common cold. So like common cold, this is an example of a disease caused by the virus. So common cold, this one, COVID, coronavirus. So COVID is caused by coronavirus. Measles, all these are caused by the viruses. So now you all might feel that there is a sudden weather change. What is happening? Why you are catching cold so fast? Why? Because at this time your body is a bit weak in the immune system. And what happens? The viruses are surrounding all around you. So whenever there is a weakening of the immune system, anything that your immune system is little weak, so these viruses come and they take over our machinery. In this way, they become living. So let's see the other characteristics of the viruses. Okay. So next thing is that once they infect a cell, okay, any cell, once they infect a cell, what they do is that they take over the machinery of the host cell. They take over the machinery to replicate themselves, and in this case, they can also kill the host, okay, but that doesn't bother them. Okay, they are very, very, very obligate parasites, and in the parasitic behavior, they can even kill the host. Okay, so host survival doesn't make any sense to them. It's not necessary for them. Okay, so they will keep on replicating, they will keep on changing the host, but in this process, they can kill the host also. Right. Now, another question is, are viruses living or non-living? What are they? Are they living or are they non-living? So let's see this. So first of all, the viruses are lacking protoplasm. Okay, protoplasm is a living component of any cell. So viruses, they lack protoplast or protoplasm. Next thing is that they have the ability of getting crystallized. Okay, they have the ability to get crystallized. So these are the properties of the viruses which are non-living. In non-living, we have these properties, then we will also come to the properties which will give them the guarantee that they are living. Okay, so next thing is absence of respiration. Okay, they do not respire. Any living cells, you can say, whether it is newborn or whether it is germinating seeds also. Okay, it's a living cell, it will absolutely undergo respiration. Okay, so they are devoid of respiration, absence of respiration. Next thing is there is an absence of growth and division outside the host body. So if it is not present in the host body, it will not undergo any kind of growth or development. Okay. Next thing is that it has inability to live independently. There is no independent existence of the viruses. Okay. Okay. So now let's see the other properties. Okay. First of all, they have the presence of genetic material. Okay, genetic material is present inside them. Okay, so these are the living properties. Now you will find each and every living organisms are having a genetic material. So point number 1, presence of genetic material, absolutely there for the viruses. Now genetic material can be either DNA or it can be RNA also, but it is having a genetic material, that is for sure. So it is having a genetic material is present in the virus, so it is very much proper, right? You can consider them to be a living organism also, although they don't have cells. So these are the living characteristics. Next thing is they have the ability to multiply inside the host cell. Okay, they have the ability to multiply inside the host, and they cause infection, and it is host specific. Okay, they cause infection and it is host specific. Okay, so now next thing is it can be killed by autoclaving or it can be killed by exposure to the UV rays. I mean, see, if it is absolutely non-living, right, then the autoclaving, that is, you are putting, okay, the substances under high pressure and heavy temperature. Okay, it's like ultra pressure cooker. All those who don't know what is autoclaving, right? So temperature is increased immensely, okay, and also huge pressure is applied. So after autoclaving, okay, this is a sterilization method. Okay, so this is a sterilization technique. Okay, so this sterilization technique, and also with its exposure to the UV rays, the viruses can be killed. Okay, so if it is non-living, then it wouldn't have got killed, or that particular thing wouldn't have got disinfected, right? Okay, now let's come to the next other things. These are the scientists who contributed immensely for the viruses. Okay, so viruses behind them, scientists and their discoveries. Okay, first of all, this name virus. Virus is what the name? Venom or poisonous fluid, and this name is given by Pasteur. By Louis Pasteur, this name is given, virus, the name virus, which is meaning venom or a poisonous fluid. So what he did was he gave the name virus. He found that time smallpox was very, very common. Okay, so he had many works. Okay, Louis Pasteur's work is there. He also worked, like he also made the vaccines and all these things. I mean, after Edward Jenner, he tried taking out some of the cowpox pustules and he injected it into the smallpox patient, and as a result it got cured. Okay, the patient got cured. Okay, so this is the first vaccination he did properly. Okay, so also he got this name virus. Okay, next thing is that next scientist is Dmitry Ivanovsky. Okay, Dmitry Ivanovsky, so what he did was he recognized certain microbes. Okay, certain microbes he recognized, and this he recognized as what? As a causative organism of the mosaic disease of tobacco. So tobacco mosaic disease is caused by tobacco mosaic virus. Okay, TMV. You have the structure of TMV properly in NCERT. Please follow and please study it very, very properly. Okay, so tobacco mosaic disease is caused by a virus, and this is done by Dmitry Ivanovsky. Okay, next thing. Then this were found to be smaller than the bacteria. So they could easily pass the pores which was given for the bacteria. So the size wise, definitely they are much, much smaller than the bacteria. We'll learn this more because we have some of the viruses which are acting as bacteriophages. So they are preying on they are basically parasitizing the bacteria. Okay. So next thing is that they pass easily through the bacteria proof filters. Okay, they can easily pass through the bacteria proof filters. This viruses. Okay. Now the next thing is, this is Virioids. Okay, so what he did was he had taken the extract of the infected plants of the tobacco that could cause the infection in the healthy plants. Okay, so he took an extract, okay, from this, and he caused the infection in the healthy plants. So this was seen that something can be transferred from the infected plants to the healthy plants. Right. Now next thing is that he called the fluid as contagium vivum fluidum. So this is, you can understand this is contagium. So this means contagious. It is causing contagious infections, diseases like that. Contagious, which can be spread through any transferable thing from one organism to another organism. That is contagious disease. Okay. So infectious living fluid. Okay, this one. Next thing. So this, what he did was he crystallized the viruses, and the crystals consisted largely of proteins. Okay, the crystals consist largely of the proteins. Fine. So what was concluded? That the virus, main part of it is made up of protein. Who did this? This is also very, very important, my dear students, and a NEET question. Okay, so this was done by W.M. Stanley in 1935. Please do remember the name of all the scientists. We have here Virioids, we have Dmitry Ivanovsky, we have Louis Pasteur, and we have W.M. Stanley. So 4 scientists are there. Please do remember this name. Please just star mark against your book. You have this. He is a very important scientist because he showed, this is what crystallizing viruses. This is a non-living property. Okay, non-living property of the virus is this. Crystallizing viruses, all these things is okay, fine. So let's come to the structure properly. Virus structure wise, this is a nucleoprotein. It is made up of a nucleus. It is having like nucleus like structure, and it is, sorry, nucleoprotein means it means nucleic acids plus protein. Okay, so nucleic acids plus protein, it is there. So this is nucleoprotein structure. Okay, so next thing is outer envelope. Envelope, this is having an outer loose covering made up of proteins. Okay, so this particular covering which you are seeing here, this one, this outer covering, I think you can see this better, this outer covering, okay, I am talking about, this is made up of proteins, and inside it is having a genetic material. I will come to this. Okay, so this is nucleoprotein and this is the envelope, and it is found in HIV, herpes, all this type of viruses. So next thing is that inner part is what? After the protein coat, then you have the capsid, which is this one. Okay, this one. immediately after the gray portion, which you are seeing the black portion, that is the capsid. Okay, so black portion is the capsid and it is having the outer protein coat. Okay, it is coming just after the outer protein coat and the subunits of it is called as capsomers. What it is doing, my dear students, what it is doing? It is basically protecting the nucleic acid. So nucleic acid is present inside, it is protecting the nucleic acid. Right. Now let's come to finally the nucleic acid. Right, you all were waiting for it, I know. So what is the nucleic acid? Here, that is also the genetic material. Okay, so genetic material, this is having, it can be either DNA or it can be RNA or anything. Okay, DNA and RNA. I'll come to the single stranded and double stranded ones after this. Okay, so it can be single stranded DNA, double stranded DNA, single stranded RNA or double stranded RNA. But the main thing is that the genetic material is highly infectious. Infection is caused by the genetic material. Okay, so the genetic material is infectious. Next, let's come to this thing once more. So we have viruses. Viruses are divided into two types. Okay, see here you have got the entire that thing which is basically classifying the viruses into 4 types. First 2 types and then 4 types. Okay, so what are the 2 types? Whether the viruses are DNA containing nucleic material or they are having RNA containing. So if it is DNA containing, what you will call them? DNA is what? What is DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Right. So deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, this is divided into further 2 types. dsDNA. Okay, so double-stranded DNA viruses, which is the pox viruses, smallpox, chickenpox, all this kind of viruses are coming under the double-stranded DNA. Next thing is single-stranded DNA. Okay, so now which is this M13 phage. Okay, so deoxyviruses further divided into 2 types, dsDNA and ssDNA. ds means double-stranded, ss means single-stranded. Shall I write? I think it will be better. Okay, ds double-stranded. Okay, move a bit. And ss means single stranded. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, now same goes for the RNA also. Same goes for the riboviruses also. What is this? We have the single stranded RNA viruses, they are the retroviruses. So, and the next one is the double stranded RNA viruses, they are the reoviruses. You don't have examples so much, so you don't need to remember. Just remember this classification once and it will be done. Okay, so now let's see about some of the examples. Okay, I said double stranded DNA, T4 phage, then single stranded DNA, all these things. Okay, so just now what we have seen, single stranded DNA or single stranded DNA retroviruses, example is HIV. Okay, human immunodeficiency virus is an example of the single stranded RNA virus. Okay, so double stranded RNA reoviruses, I will give you the example down the line. Okay, so by this. So first single stranded RNA. What is it? We have got tobacco mosaic virus. It's very important. Diagram is given in NCERT. So please do remember this one. At least this one you should remember. Also whichever diagram is given, you should remember that. Okay, frankly speaking. Next is animal viruses. Any kind of animal virus. So which is having any animal viruses, single stranded RNA, double stranded RNA, double stranded DNA. So viruses further you can divide into plant virus, animal virus or bacteriophage. So out of this single stranded RNA, this one. Okay, HIV retroviruses. Retroviruses are the HIV called HIV, this ones. I think HIV, human immunodeficiency virus is the name for this. Okay, now coming to the bacteriophage. So bacteriophage, they have double stranded DNA. It is also called as T4 phage. Okay, Now, let's see the other things. So tobacco mosaic virus, okay, we'll study it into a bit details. What is it? So tobacco mosaic virus is having single stranded and it is having helical RNA. Okay, so RNA is single stranded and RNA is helical. Okay, like this. Then the next thing is that capsomers. Capsomers, you have seen the proteinaceous units which is present in the outer surface of the envelope. Okay, capsomers are arranged helically to form the capsid. Okay, how it's like? It looks like this. So capsid, you have seen the entire picture of it. You have the capsid and you have the RNA. Okay, this is the structure of the virus, tobacco mosaic virus. Okay, let's come to the next type. This is what? This is T4 bacteriophage. Okay, now in T4 bacteriophage, this is a double-stranded DNA virus. Okay, this is a double-stranded DNA virus, right? Next thing is this structure. If you look at this, it will be having the prongs, okay, and it will be having this sheath and it will be having this. The prongs will look like this is the tail fibers. The pin and the prongs like this you have. So this is giving you the appearance like that of a tadpole, right? The frog before the structure, it is tadpole like appearance. You can put its resemblance with that of the tadpole. So it is having a tadpole like structure. Okay, let's see the next what point is here. It is having a polyhedral head which is connected to the helical tail. Okay, tail is helical like this and the head is polyhedral. Okay, collar and then the tail. Fine. Now, the next thing is that it is causing so many diseases. It's causing AIDS in humans, mumps. All the diseases are caused by viruses. So there is measles, mumps and all this vaccines which we can take for reducing the virus infection. So mumps is one of this. It's the picture of mumps. Smallpox. Smallpox is a deadly disease. It is very much like life eradicating disease and it is also causing herpes. Okay, herpes, you can see this fragment like thing. It happens here. Okay. So, okay, let's go to the next thing. So, now let's come to some of the disease which is caused in the plants. So, first of all, we have the yellowing and the vein clearing of the plants. Okay, this disease is caused by the viruses. Okay, if you see any, you may not name the disease, but if you look at a plant, and you see that the plant's leaves are becoming yellow and the veins are becoming clear, okay, they are devoid of the veins are coming out like that. So then you can see that this is the virus disease in plants. Okay, so next thing is the mosaic formation. Still suffering from virus disease. Okay, so mosaic formation. So mosaic formation, you can see like this kind of structure will appear in the plants, although they are not fruits, but this is just the mosaic structure appearing. Okay, next thing is leaf rolling and curling. Okay, curling of the leaves and rolling of the leaves, all these things is happening in the viruses. Okay, after this, so one more thing, this is a picture given, but what it is resembling is that it is showing dwarfing, okay, reduction in the height and stunted growth, reduced growth. Okay, okay, so let's see the other one, viroids, okay. So viroids are named by whom? Discovered by T.O. Diner, please remember the name, and how it was discovered. First, it was thought to be viruses. Okay, they were also infectious agents, but size-wise, you can see, size-wise, they are smaller than the viruses. Much smaller. Okay, and the next thing is that they lack the protein coat which is found in the viruses. Okay, and it is made up of free RNA. It does not have protein. So please remember here, my dear student, you can take this down. This is plus, it is having what it is having? It is having RNA. Okay, so it is having what? Genetic material. But it does not have protein. Because we will see another such type of organism, okay, just after this. which will have protein but which will not have RNA. So virioids are having RNA, but it is not having the protein. Okay, and it is also much lower molecular weight than the viruses. Okay, so lower molecular weight than viruses, obviously, because they will not have the protein, right? So definitely they will be of much lower molecular weight, right? Okay, let's see the next one. Virioids, diseases caused by the virioids. So first one, potato spindle tuber disease. Okay, so this is a potato spindle tuber disease caused by the virioids. Next thing is, this is causing in a plant. Okay, chrysanthemum is a plant and it is causing the stunt disease. Chrysanthemum stunt disease caused in the plant. Okay, next one is citrus exocortis. Sir, another name. What it is causing is a disease name. Okay, it's causing in citrus or lemon plant disease. Fine, let's see the other one, next one I told you. So this is having proteins, but it is not having any genetic material. That is a prions. So what are they made up of? They are abnormal proteins. I mean, you can also say misfolded proteins. Okay, misfolded proteins. And also one more thing, my dear students, these prions are much more deadly than viruses or any other thing, because they don't have any cure. Okay, we cannot target the genetic material because they don't have a genetic material. Okay, and it is smaller in size than the viruses. Okay, then it is causing so many diseases, like it is causing number one, bovine spongiform encephalopathy. This is also called as a mad cow disease in human beings. So this is a very important question from NEET level also. So mad cow diseases in humans is caused by the prions. Okay, one more disease, Jacob disease in humans is also caused by the prions. There are certain misfolded proteins. Okay, so how it was found? Some people who had taken, I mean the brains and all, of this particular organisms, cattle. So in those brains, this infectious or this misfolded proteins were present. Once it enters the human body, then it causes this kind of disease. Okay, okay. Now let's come to the last one of this topic, that is the lichens. So what are the lichens, my dear students? This is the symbiotic associations between algae and fungi. Okay, it's not parasitic, it's not anything else, it's a symbiotic association between algae and fungi. Okay, and its algal component is called as phycobiont. And this is doing what? This is preparing the food for the fungus. Okay, because photosynthesis can be done by the algae. Food preparation for the fungi, this phycobiont is doing. Fungal component is called as mycobiont. Okay, fungal partner, myco. So what the fungal partner is doing? It is absorbing shelter. It's providing shelter, sorry. It is absorbing mineral nutrients and water. Okay. So, you know, the algae don't have that well developed root system, okay, but it is present so much nicely in the hyphae of the fungi. Okay, so it can go down and it can absorb the mineral nutrients, water, whatever it is required, okay, for providing support to the algae. And next thing, very important, is that it is the best indicator for air pollution. Okay, and this also, if the SO2 level is much higher in the atmosphere, then what happens that if you keep a lichen, it is prone to turn black. Okay, in the presence of SO2. Fine. So now let's do some questions from this topic fast, okay, and then we'll end the session here. Fine, I hope you have really enjoyed this. Okay, so first question here is, which of the following is correct about the virioids? Which is correct information about the virioids? So first of all, they have first option is that they have RNA with protein coat. Next one is that they have free RNA without protein coat. Then they have DNA with protein coat and they have free DNA without protein coat. Very easy, right? So answer is they have free RNA without the protein coat is the correct answer for the virioids. Okay, let's see the next question. Okay. So mad cow disease in cattle, you have to solve it simultaneously. Okay, I will not give you that much time because these questions are very easy. Okay. Mad cow disease in cattle is caused by an organism. So this has what? Inert crystalline structure. Okay. And then it is abnormally folded protein, free RNA without protein coat and free DNA without protein coat. Which is true? Obviously this is what? Abnormally folded protein, right? So then next thing is that which of the following statements is incorrect? Okay, incorrect statement which is prions are consisting of abnormally folded proteins. Then virioids are lacking a protein coat. Then the next thing is viruses are obligate parasites, and the fourth one is infective constituents in viruses is the protein coat. Okay? Okay, let's see this solution to this. So the solution is that infective constituent in viruses is the protein coat. Okay, this is right here. Now let's see this how virioids differ from the viruses in having what? DNA molecules without protein coat, RNA molecules with the protein coat, and RNA molecules without the protein coat, or DNA molecules with protein coat. Okay, let's see this answer. So the answer is RNA molecules without protein coat. Okay. So now let's see the next question. Which of the following statements is wrong for virioids? So they cause infections, first one. Then their RNA is of high molecular weight. Okay. Then they lack a protein coat. And the next thing is they are smaller than the viruses. Okay. So you must have guessed the answer by now. So the answer is the second one. The RNA is of high molecular weight. It is wrong for the virioids because it's smaller, right? Smaller in size, it's smaller than the viruses. Okay, rest everything is correct. Okay, let's select the wrong statement here. The term contagium vivum fluidum, this was coined by Bijernik. Next one is mosaic disease in tobacco and AIDS in human beings. These are caused by whom? These are caused by the viruses. Okay, now next one involving another scientist. The viruses were discovered by D.J. Ivanovsky and W.M. Stanley. Stanley showed that the viruses could be crystallized. So, which is the correct answer? Okay, or which is the wrong statement here? So, the third one is the wrong statement. Virioids were not discovered by Ivanovsky, it was discovered by Diner, right? Okay. Now, again, you have to pick up the wrong statement here. This is a combination question from involving all the different topics, so that this is giving you a quick revision from your previous topics also. Okay, what else here? Some of the fungi are edible. Okay, next, nuclear membrane is present in Monera. After that, cell wall is absent in Animalia. Okay, and protists, they have photosynthetic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, correct answer is option number 2, which is saying that the nuclear membrane is present. It's not present, it is absent in Monera. I hope you are very, very clear by this time, right? Okay. Now, which of the following shows coiled RNA strand and it is also showing capsomeres? Which one? Let's see the options. Poliovirus, tobacco mosaic virus, measles virus and retrovirus. Right, you know the correct answer. This is tobacco mosaic virus. Yes, my dear students, I know you are absolutely correct. Okay, now let's see the next question. Viruses have DNA enclosed in a protein coat. Is it true? Okay, next they have a prokaryotic nucleus. Next they have a single chromosome and they have both DNA and RNA, which is true. So this is correct, that the viruses do have a DNA enclosed in a protein coat. Rest of the things are false. They don't have prokaryotic nucleus, they don't have single chromosome, also they don't have both DNA and RNA. Okay? Okay, now next thing, which statement is wrong for the viruses? All are parasites. Then all of them have helical symmetry. Next, they do not have ability to synthesize the nucleic acids and the proteins. Okay, and antibiotics have no effect on them. So the correct answer is that, sorry, this is wrong statement saying that all of the viruses do not have helical symmetry. Okay, few of them have the helical symmetry. Fine. Next question, virus envelope is known for what? Capsid, virion, nucleoprotein, or core? Let's see the answer. Okay, it's known for the capsid. Now, let's solve this question, which is a picture-based question. From here, you have seen that this is given below the diagram of a bacteriophage. In which of the following options, all the four parts A, B, C, and D are correct? Okay. A is standing for what, B is standing for what, C and D. I'll give you 2 seconds for this. Please read the options and solve the questions. Then I'll give you the correct answer. Okay. Yeah, please solve. Okay, time's up. I think this is now, let's see the correct answer. Correct answer is number 4. 4 is saying 3 is the head part. Then B is the sheath. Obviously, this part is the sheath. C is also belonging to the head. Sorry, 3 is the head. B is the sheath. C is the collar. This part is the collar, okay, of the virus, and D is the, this one is the tail fibers. Fine. Okay, one more question. T.O. Diner discovered what? Free infectious DNA, infectious protein, bacteriophage, or free infectious RNA, which is true? Okay, let's see the correct answer. Free infectious RNA is the correct one. Okay, now let's do one more. There exists a close association between an algae and a fungi in a lichen. The fungus is what? What it is the function of the fungus? What it is doing? Provides protection, anchorage and absorption for the algae. Next, it is providing food for the algae. Next, it is fixing the atmospheric nitrogen for the algae. And it releases oxygen for the algae. What else? Okay. So, this is providing protection, anchorage and absorption for the algae. So this is correct one, first option. Okay, let's see the next one. Lichens are well-known combination of what? Well-known combination of an algae and a fungi, where the fungi is doing what? Where the fungus is doing? Number 1, saprophytic relationship with the algae. Number 2, epiphytic relationship with the algae. And number 3, parasitic relationship with the algae. And symbiotic relationship with the alga. So what is correct? So obviously this is a symbiotic relationship. Everyone knows this is very much correct, right? Okay. So next one is organisms which are indicator of the SO2 pollution in air. We have just read this, right? Mosses, lichens, mushrooms or puffballs. Correct answer is obviously lichens. So my dear students, thank you so much for being with us till the end of the session. I hope you have really enjoyed it, and also it has given you a quick revision for your NEET exam, right? I know, yes, it's correct. But if you want more from us, if you want us to teach you personally, or if you want us online, offline, whatever, we have different courses which can be online, which are offline. So to know more about us and about our courses, please do scan this QR. And you need to be registered with us, okay, to continue the follow-up of these sessions, okay. You can get a clear idea of how we and what we are, okay. Thank you so much, my dear students. Please do like, share and subscribe our channel, and also circulate it with your friends. Thank you.